Hey everybody, it's Jake Mace with JakeMace.com, and January is historically Iron Bone month for me. Early in my Kung Fu career, my teachers and my fellow students would intensify our Iron Bone practice for the entire month of January. So it's still in my brain to train an extra amount of Iron Bone each January. We have some Iron Bone tools of the trade here to show you guys today, and this is going to be a video where you can sit back, relax, and watch me guide you through traditional Chinese style Iron Bone that is practiced commonly in Chinese Kung Fu. Whenever I show Iron Bone materials and weapons to you guys here on YouTube, you always ask me where you can get them from. So whether it's our healing ointment called Liniment, whether it's our Iron Bone training tools, whether it's our steel whisks, or whether it's my Iron Bone instructional DVD, I'm gonna have all the links to order everything I'm gonna show you today in the comments and the description below this video, so check it out. First off, when we talk about Iron Bone practice, we gotta talk about liniment. And when I was a young teenager and I began my Kung Fu study, I didn't even know what the word liniment was. I was big into sports, wrestling, I did martial arts as a kid, and I knew what icy hot was, and I knew what Lamisil was because wrestlers notoriously have ringworm, and I knew what other massage oils were, but I didn't know what liniment was. And so I learned that in Chinese healing and in Chinese Kung Fu, there are different concoctions of herbs that Chinese doctors and Chinese medicine people can brew. They can combine herbs together, brew it up, and make it into an ointment that can be applied to the skin. And the idea is that when you apply them to the skin, the qi or the blood or the heat or the healing energy of the body will rush into that region, and the liniment or the ointment can heal you much, much faster than you would heal all by yourself. I want to show you 3 different healing ointments today that I have used over the years, and that are my favorite 3 liniments to apply to my body to supercharge my Iron Bone practice. Number 1 is this one in the red bottle. It's called Zhenggu Shui, and I have used probably hundreds of bottles of this Zhenggu Shui over the years. I've heard my fellow students call it Zhenggu Shui or whatever, but it's called Zhenggu Shui, Shui meaning water. And this is a very common mass-produced commercial grade healing ointment for muscles and for bones. You don't want to get this in cuts or scrapes. It's only to be applied to healthy skin, and it can help you heal the muscles, the joints, and the bones. So I often will even give this to my friends and family who are having pain in muscles and joints, and it's amazing how it heals them very quickly. The second liniment is from the Oriental Herb Company, and this one is called the Immortal Monk. I'm not quite sure if they still sell this one, but you can get a wide variety of healing liniments at Oriental Herb Company's website, which the link to it is down below. And this is a very high quality liniment, and the person who brews this liniment's name is Dean, and he is one of the most skillful and knowledgeable liniment cooks I've ever met in my entire life. And he will talk to you for hours and hours on end about liniments, how he brews them with the changing of the seasons, how he ferments them and ages them like a fine whiskey. And he has certain liniments that have been brewing at his facility for years and years and years and decades. And so this is a great company to order from, Oriental Herb Company. I don't make any money off this. This is just what I like to use, and I've really been satisfied with the results that I get from the Immortal Monk from Oriental Herb Company. And this liniment is a cold liniment. It's not going to burn like the Zhenggu Shui does. And third, the liniment that I have been using recently is this one called the Dit Da Jiao, and actually in Mandarin it's called the Dit Da Jiao, Jiao meaning like an oil or like a brew or like a alcohol, Jiao. And the Dit Da Jiao or Dit Da Jiao is from Wuji Wellness. And I'll have a link down below in the comments and description for Wuji Wellness's website. On the homepage of Wuji Wellness, you can find the bottle that looks like this. You can order a bottle of this healing liniment. The reason why I like this one is because it's made locally here in the Phoenix area by my friend Tashi, and he is very knowledgeable. You guys can actually click here on the screen right now to watch a video that Tashi and I did together a few years ago, where he talked about his expertise with brewing this ancient formula of Dit Da Jiao. What I also like about this brand is that it comes in a glass bottle, and it has a spray nozzle on top, so it's no mess. You can spray it on the skin, and it's very easy to apply. So when you're first beginning your Iron Bone practice, you want to spray and apply the liniment on your body like I'm going to do for you guys right now. I'm going to condition the forearms today with you guys, the radius, and the ulna, and then I rub it in. And what I like to do, my personal preference, is to massage in one coat, and then once it dries, in about a minute, I spray on a second coat. And I don't know why I do this. I just have found, since I've been a teenager doing iron bone, that 2 coats is the way that I like to do it, and I get pretty good results. I'm also going to apply the liniment to my hands, because we're going to condition the palms today as well. This video today will focus mostly on forearm training, fist training, and palm training. Iron forearm, iron fist, and iron palm. If you want to see the complete set of my iron bone training, I put the complete set of the formal training that I offer to my students on DVD, and right now we're offering it for a $5 discount. If you guys click on the link below this video or in the comments to order the iron bone DVD, we'll send it to you with free shipping. It'll be $5 off, or if you don't want to get a physical one, we have a DVD download that you can actually purchase at jakemace.com as well. So whether you want the physical DVD or the DVD download, they're both available, and they show you the full set of complete iron body training. Next, let's talk about the tools we're going to be using today for this video. Number 1 is the Makiwara board. This board and I have a relationship that actually goes back farther than my wife and my relationship does. And you can tell this board has seen better times. This board was made for me by a colleague of mine in the California area who's a master craftsman, and I have beaten this board to hell over the last 15 years or so. And so the key when you're making your own Makiwara board is to make cuts vertically down the board. The type of wood is not really important. Choose whatever kind that you would like. But these cuts are important because we want to have a little bit of springy factor to this board. We don't want to hit a solid board. It's too hard. We don't want to hit a piece of metal. It's too hard. We want to hit a board that has cuts in it so we get a little bit of vibration and a little bit of feedback and a little bit of cushion when we strike the board. Next, we have these 2 rods. And this one was made specially for me by my friend Chuck, who is also a very skillful Kung Fu practitioner. He was also a very skillful welder and machinist. And he made me this rod here that I've used over the years to warm up the bone. This is going to help us to stretch out iron bone style. And I'll show you guys how to use it in about 5 minutes. But if you guys don't have access to a Chuck, master machinist, master welder, then you can go to a hardware store and buy those flags. See, this was just a $3 bundle of landscaping flags. You can see the red flags inside there. And my students, they put duct tape around the flags, duct tape around the metal rods, and now they have a tapping whisk that we can use to warm the bones up that only cost $3. If you guys do not have the skills to make your own Makiwara board, there are ones you can purchase, and this one is my favorite. This one you can buy from KarateMart.com. The link to order it is in the description and comments below this video. And it has a little pad on there, which is not leather. It's actually fake leather, which is good for the animals. But it still has the cuts in it, and it has the ability to be mounted onto a wall if you wanted it to. So you can have this one be on the ground, like I use it, or you can have it be mounted on a wall vertically, like I've seen a lot of other karate and taekwondo schools use. This cushion does not mean that you're a wuss. It is a cushion, but it's very, very tough, very solid, and very dense. So when I do strike it, it still gives you quite a lot of feedback, and at the same time, it won't break the skin as easily because this will help protect your skin. It's very important during the iron bone training, we don't break the skin. You don't want to be bleeding. You do want to be shocking the bone without causing any abrasions to your skin. This Makiwara board is also very affordable, but if you wanted the other style, I have this one as well with the dragon on it. This one I've seen in many, many, many martial arts schools over the years. You can also drill through the board to mount it to a wall. I've seen a few schools mount it to concrete block, and it makes it very solid for practicing your side kicks, your punches, and your side hands too. This pad is good for using for iron palm training, the front or the back of the hand. It can also be used for striking because it has a little bit of cushion, but it's not a soft pillow. This is a super, super firm cushion that gives you quite a lot of feedback. And so even though it is a cushion, I still do enjoy this for iron bone training. Plus it's a very elegant design, and the dragon makes me feel a little more emotionally content in my heart. So if you want to order one of these, the link is also from Karate Mart in the description and the comments below this video. And our final tool for this video is the Iron Palm bag. I have gone through about 30 to 50 of these bags over the years because after a few months of training, you can break the bag, you can make it incredibly dirty, especially if it's you and 10 of your friends practicing together. And even though this bag has grommets here to mount it or hang it, I never use these. I only fill up the bag by itself, and then I set this on a platform that I have for Iron Palm practice, which I'm going to show you in about 5 minutes here in this video. These bags are also available, and I'll put Iron Palm bag, if you want to order one, in the comments and description below this video. And let me show you guys how I fill it here. So I have either a bag of rice, a bag of kidney beans, a bag of pinto beans, or, like I have here, a bag of lentils. And so this is just a bag of lentils that might have cost like $2 or $3 if you buy it from a bulk store, but really rice, kidney beans, garbanzo beans, pinto beans, or lentils will all work. I've even used steel shot before to make it very tough and very solid. And it has a little zipper on the back, so all you do is you open up the zipper so that the pocket is open, and then you can put a funnel on there or something, or have one partner hold it while your other partner fills it up. Okay, we filled up our Iron Palm bag with lentils. You guys can see in there, it's all full up. And if you guys do iron bone correctly and consistently, with a lot of dedication, you will eventually turn those lentils into powder. And that's when you know you guys have practiced a lot. So I just take one more handful here of the lentils. I'm going to pour this into the bag and then zip it up, and you notice I filled it pretty full. So now there's not a lot of space in there. It's pretty full and pretty solid. And these bags are great because I have pretty big hands. I'm 6'1", 195, and I have a size 13-foot shoe. So my hands are pretty big, and so I find a lot of the Iron Palm bags are too small and my fingers hang over the edge. These ones, I love them because they're big and they allow a small person or a big person to have plenty of surface area to strike when doing their Iron Palm practice. So check out a link to order these guys in the description and comments below the video. Before we begin our Iron Bone practice, we have to remember that Iron Bone is not NFL football. It's not about adrenaline, it's not about young energy, it's about an ancient discipline that is punishing and conditioning the bones every day for many, many years. And when doing that, your bones will actually physically become denser and stronger and thicker, and you will have a normal looking physique, yet have a skeleton that is far superior than anybody else your own size. I've seen many studies that compare the skeleton of a runner versus a swimmer. And since the runner has impact, the runner's femur and the runner's tibia and fibula are far thicker and denser than their swimming counterpart. I've also seen other x-rays that show the difference between a Major League Baseball pitcher's right arm versus a pitcher's left arm. And if the right arm is their throwing arm, which has repeated snapping motion over many decades, the throwing arm is far thicker and far denser than the non-throwing arm. So there's a lot of science behind conditioning to back up that iron bone training is effective, and it's greatly important for a modern context because we keep getting lazier and lazier physically as a species as technology gets better and better. So it's very important that we do our iron bone training to keep our bones strong, youthful, and healthy as we get older, not just for martial arts practice, but for life. So I have a C on the ground, I cross my legs, I get my steel whisk, and I begin to stretch out the bones by vigorously tapping them up and down. So today is just going to be forearms and palms and fist. So we're going to work up, down on the top part of the radius, then turn the hand a quarter turn and get the outside of the radius up and down, up and down. Then turn that quarter turn again, get the bottom part of the radius. You guys have to know your limits. You do not have to go as hard as me, but you do have to be safe. Slow training consistently over time is better than obliterating yourself on day one. So be patient and stay within yourself. Go as hard as you can, yet within yourself. Then I go to the ulna, the back, and I go from the elbow, not on the elbow, but just in front of the elbow, and go up the bottom of the ulna, the front of the ulna, and then the top of the ulna. And often my new students get a really nice red line up the front and back of the forearm, and that's good. The other side, the same thing. Radius, up and down, up and down. The goal is trying to relax the muscle, breathing meditatively. And work the top, front, and bottom of the radius, then the ulna. Bottom part of the ulna, middle part, it's a little quarter turn, top part. And there we go. And that's how we warm up the forearms. We do a similar training for the collarbone, the ribs, and the shins, but that'll be on the Iron Bone DVD you can get, or in a future video. We also have a lot of videos already on YouTube about Iron Bone. Search Jake Mace Iron Body, Jake Mace Iron Palm, Jake Mace Iron Bone, and you'll find a whole bunch of them on YouTube. We're gonna start today with the Iron Palm and the bag. There is more training than just this, but this is gonna be for you guys for today. I have this nice stand here. See if you guys can translate the Chinese symbols in the comments below the video. And my brand new bleach white Iron Palm bag. Take my left hand, and the goal is going to be to just smack the bag, but not with the arm. And not like you see the Shaolin monks do, where they just hit like crazy with abandon because they know the cameras are on them. We want to make this an internal Tai Chi-like exercise where we mentally focus on relaxing the muscles of the hand so that we can vibrate and condition the bone without the muscle getting in the way. So I begin with the back of my hand resting on the bag, and then just like rising and sinking in Tai Chi, I rise and sink onto the bag. Up, down, bending my knees, rooting into the ground, and using 50% body, 50% arm. And I don't just hit and pull away. When fighting, it's good to snap it. But when doing Iron Bone, we want the hand to stay on the tool, and that way the vibration can go into the tool, reverberate back into our hand, and fully condition the entire arm. I was taught by one teacher to do 75 repetitions of this exercise. I'm gonna do just a dozen here for this video because we don't have all day today. Switch. We now have the same training with the back of the hand. My goal is not to hit the bag like this. I want to hit it so that every part of my hand is making contact with the bag. So we kind of hit, allow the hand to relax so that every part of it is completely contacted to the Iron Palm bag at the same time, which takes a relaxed palm and a good meditative state with deep breathing. So here we go, 12, starting with the palm, ending with the back of the hand. Here we go. Other hand. Next, we're going to move our Iron Palm training to the board. And if you notice, I have my left hand keeping the board from moving. My right hand is going to be striking the board. The goal for the Iron Palm training against the Makiwara board is not to hit with the hand like this. It's to use the entire body so that we learn how to hit with heavy hands. Later on, as we get more advanced in Chinese Kung Fu and in martial arts fighting, we realize that the palm is so much better of a striking surface than the fist. I just watched a video where Boss Rutan was explaining the same thing, that sometimes the forearm, the butt of the palm, and the strong part of the wrist is far more devastating than the fist. So this training uses the body to condition the entire palm, and I'm going to show you guys what it should look like. 12 hits, but you should do 50 to 75 reps on your own, starting slow, and do not break the skin. Other side. Same action using the body. Next, we're going to use the board to condition the forearm, and the goal is going to be to condition the radius and ulna at the same time. So the palm faces up, and this is the region of my arm that's going to be striking the board right here. Not on the wrist, not on the elbow, right in the middle. And it's not necessary to hit the entire forearm because the iron bone training is the vibration. And so don't worry, when you hit the center of the forearm, the conditioning will be felt here. It'll also be felt here, everywhere. There are doctors now telling elderly people to just lift weights and walk to increase bone density because just anything, any kind of physical movement will increase bone density. But this kind of training will supercharge bone density. And we should also use the entire body. So the forearm is on the board. I use the body and hit as a unit 12 reps like this. Switch to the other arm. The last conditioning exercise for this video will be the fist. And this is one that can hurt beginners. Even my biggest, strongest new students to iron bone, when they hit the fist the first time, they all show pain. And they end up hitting it about this hard to start with, okay? So you have to build yourself over time. Slow but sure wins the race. Be the tortoise, not the hare. And do not break the skin. I have zero problem with my joints because I do iron bone safely. If I go shin to shin against somebody, or if I go form to form against somebody or block them, I have always had people tell me that my bones are very, very strong and very dense. And I have zero problem with limited range of motion. I'm very flexible still, even I'm very dexterous in my fingers. So I have not calcified my joints. The goal is to train the bones, yet at the same time keep the joints flexible and youthful and keep the sensitivity in the body. So we're gonna do the same thing with the fist as we did earlier with the palm. We're gonna use the whole body up and sink on it. And I was always taught in the martial arts to strike with the middle knuckle or the first two knuckles, and that's a traditional martial arts way of striking in karate or kung fu. But for the iron bone training, I'm going to do 10 reps with the first two knuckles and then 10 reps with the back two knuckles, because I want to make sure I'm conditioning the whole fist just in case I need it at some point in the future. Relaxed fist, using the body, keeping that meditative breath. And then I'll show you guys the most important part of iron bone training. It's gonna be at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Back two knuckles. Switch, other hand, same thing. Back two knuckles. And there are two more parts that are essential to the iron bone training program. Number one is to apply the liniment again at the end of our practice. I just finished my iron fist training on the board and the forearm training on the board. So I'm going to spray the arm for a third coat, spray the back of the hand, spray the palm and the ulna, and massage all this in and leave it on my body for at least half an hour after my practice is over. So don't take a shower and don't wash it off for at least 30 minutes because you want it to fully soak in, and you want the chi or the blood or the heat or the healing energy, whatever you want to call it, you want it to flood the arm where you applied the liniment and create a lot of healing in that region. Do the same thing on the other side. Forearm. I love this spray option on the Wuji Wellness Dit Da Jiao. Tashi also showed me the herbs that he uses for this healing liniment, and I'm hoping at some point in the future Tashi will star again in our video with me and he'll show us how to actually make the liniment ourselves. I would love if he would be so forthcoming. See if I can ask him nicely in the weeks ahead. The last thing we must do to complete our iron bone training and to be an iron warrior on the inside and the outside is to have a good diet. Whenever you go to the gym and work out, it's very important within 30 minutes of your workout ending to eat a nutrient-dense meal. Whatever that means to you. It's got to include some fruits and vegetables. And iron bone is no different than the gym. Within 30 minutes of finishing your iron bone practice, please go eat a nutrient-dense meal that is heavy on fruits and vegetables, because it's important that you eat dark leafy greens and beans and high density foods that will heal your bones from the inside out. The person with the most nutrient dense diet oftentimes has the strongest bones. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Put this video into your favorites and share it with all of your friends and get the word out there that you can make your bones strong, dense, youthful, and have martial arts quality bones, whether you're a martial artist or not. You guys can learn the full set of iron body conditioning by ordering my DVD or my DVD download called Iron Bone at jakemace.com. Please look in the description and comments below this video for the links to order my liniments, for the links to order my iron bone tools. And I don't make any money off the liniments. I just really agree with these liniments. I've used them for years and they've given me a lot of success. Check me out on Instagram at jakemacetaichi. If you have any questions for me, put them in the comments below or email me at the jakemace.com email system. Get that $5 off the DVD by ordering now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping this is one of the most comprehensive iron forearm and iron palm videos on YouTube. Let me know if you think it is, and I'll see you guys back here at the Shaolin Center YouTube channel next time.